beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina, I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video, I am bringing you my update on my Team Project pan. This is my full face rolling project pan that I'm currently working on. I have so much to share with you from this month's progress, so if you want to see how I'm doing, stay tuned. But before you get into the video, if you aren't around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Without further ado, let's jump on into the video. Again, my Team Project pan, I have used up a few products this month, which is extremely exciting, but I've also made a lot of progress on some of these products, so I'm going to share that with you. I'm very excited to share this with you. I feel like I'm starting to really see the effects of my long-term commitment to some of these products. So let's jump on into it. The first product, as always, I'm going to follow my spreadsheet, otherwise I just find I forget to show you products. So the first product is my Kryolan HD Primer. Now, halfway through the month, I kind of like got the shits with this product. So I decided to chop it open because I thought that I was getting close to having it finished. I actually pulled like the stopper out of this product ages ago, and I could get my spatula in this like little hole here, and I was scraping product out, and I was like, you beauty, I'm getting really close to having this one finished. And I thought, I'll just cut it open, it might make things easier for me. And when I tell you there was so much product left in this, I'm not even joking. This entire like section here was just chock-a-block full of product that I could not see. So if you have this primer, I would highly recommend cutting it open, because if you don't, you waste so much product. This packaging is really not conducive of being able to use up the product properly. So I would recommend cutting this open, because I'm not kidding. This entire tub, like to the top, was full of primer. This is a 15 ml pot, so it was like almost full of primer. I've actually started working my way through using it up. You can see there's like a big divot starting to show. I'm using this very regularly now because it's easier to access and I can see the progress. So I think I'm going to find myself getting a lot more progress and a lot quicker progress on this now that I know that I can just access it easily and I can see how it's going. So I was like shocked, but also annoyed, but also like enraged by how like shitty this packaging is and how much product it hides because of the nature of this like hard plastic, and you can't get all of the product out without cutting it open. So tip for new players, cut your packaging open if you like a product, or if you're determined to use everything, cut it open and depot it. Because I switched the packaging over, I'm not going to tell you how much I used because I didn't entirely weigh it when I first depotted it, so I'm not quite sure how much I've used up over the last month, but we will know next month. Moving on, we have my MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Sheer Foundation. That name gets me every time. It is a mouthful and a half. This foundation is extremely fluidy, so I'm finding every time I update this project, I only have like maybe 1 to 2 grams worth of usage on it. I did finally find that I could make another mark. That's how I've made progress. That marking though has taken me like 4 months to create. So it's very slow and steady on this product. I don't think I'm going to have it finished by the end of the year, but I will continue to work on it. I have over the last month used 2.17 grams of this one. I'm actually currently mixing this one with my Juvia's Place concealer. My Juvia's Place concealer, I probably use more of this than this. So I use the Juvia's Place concealer by itself under my eyes. This is on a daily basis. I don't often wear this combo for filming just because I like to use my other foundations for that purpose. But for everyday work foundations, I've been using this combo. So I will apply my Juvia's Place concealer under my eyes, and then for the rest of my face, I do about 2 to 3 drops of this one and then a bit of this one, and I mix it up and then apply it on my face. So that's what my daily combo has been. My Juvia's Place concealer, I've used 3.71 grams of this one. I did actually take the stopper out because I was finding that it was getting to the point where just enough wasn't coming out for my liking to do like the foundation mixing. But now it's turning into like a bit of a mess. But it is what it is. So I think probably maybe like next month we might start to see some windows on this concealer, just the way I'm using it at the moment. So we'll see. My two powders. So I'm currently working on my Pat McGrath under eye powder and my Glossier Wowder. So my Pat McGrath under eye powder, I've only used 0.13 of a gram. This is what it's looking like. I would really like to hit pan on this one by the end of the year, but I don't know whether that's going to happen. At the moment, I'm really trying to work on bringing this like circle down even to the center of what I'm working on. I mean, that kind of seems to be working at the moment for me, but it's very slow and steady with this one. You only need quite a small amount to do like under your eyes. So there's that one. Now, over the last month, I actually came to realize that I reckon this Glossier powder, it's on its last legs. And I think maybe by the midway point of the year, this one will be finished, because look how much I have left. There's only like this small amount down the bottom here left. So I think I am getting really close to having it finished. Over the last month, I used 1.79 grams. So I think maybe like 1 or 2 more months and I will have this one completely used up. I'm using this every day as my work setting powder. I even use it like on the weekends when I do like filming makeup or going out makeup. So it's actually quite a nice powder. I don't think the packaging is really the best for having it completely used up, but I'm happy with the progress that I'm making at the moment, and I don't think it's too far off being completely finished. Eyeshadow primer, my NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow primer. I'm still working through this one. This one I think is going to take me into next year, just how little I use every month. And does it say it has 8 grams of product in it? So it's gonna take forever is what I'm trying to say. Last month I used 0.43 of a gram. Since the start of the project, I have used like less than a gram. So this is definitely going to take a very long time. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I know eyeshadow primers always take ages to get through. So we're just going to continue to track it. I think maybe by the end of the year, it might get to the point where I depot it from this maybe, but it's not going to be anywhere near finished. Next up, we have my brow products, and can I tell you, I'm kind of getting to the point, I'm just losing my patience with these brow products. So I don't know what I want to do. I am feeling like I need a break, but I'm gonna maybe just give it 1 more month and then decide. The Benefit, I say this every time, the Beauty Bay Brow Fixer, it's just a bit of a goopy mess, really. I'm hopeful that it finishes soon. I'm thinking maybe like another month and maybe it might be finished. But every time I open this bad boy up and I like scoop around in there, like there's so much product still left. I've taken the stopper out just to try and like see how much product is in there, and there is so much. Like, it's ridiculous how much product is left in there. I've used 0.73 of a gram of this one over the last month. It's a 5ml tube. There's still a shit ton of product in there. I'm hopeful that maybe by the next update, it'll be looking closer to being finished and I might actually be able to see the end. But at the moment, it still looks like it's going to take me through to the end of the year. So cross your fingers for me, and I hope that next month it's not looking so grim. As well as my Benefit Browsing, I used 0.05 of a gram of this one. That just seems like a ridiculously small amount. And I'm sure I've been using this very consistently like I normally do. But it seems so small. I am starting to, where are we at? I'm starting to like wear in this bit here on the powder. So it is starting to like get a little dip going. Like it's negligible. So these take forever and I don't know whether I have the patience for it right now. So I'm thinking maybe I need to try and figure out another way to get some use out of this. I was actually thinking the other day, maybe I could try and use it to like fill in like the corners of like my hair. Maybe I could use it to fill in those gaps. Maybe that's something I could play around with. I will play around with that over the next month and maybe I'll let you know how it goes at the next update. Lip products. I'm doing pretty well with my lip products. Not as well as I would hope, but I'm happy with the progress. I'm currently working on 5 lip products. I am making pretty good progress on them. So I am very happy to report my NARS lip balm. Last month I had a little bit of a nubbin left. This month I actually have finished it to the like edge of the bullet, to the point where I couldn't put it on my lips anymore. And I have dug in and scraped it out. Now what has been scraped out of the bullet is actually in this little sample pot. So this is all that I have left of the NARS lip balm. So this is what I'm going to work on over the next couple of months. I don't love this mechanism of like having to dip my finger in there and apply it to my lips. I'm not going to call this one done just yet because we have this little itty bitty left, but I'm happy to report that we're very close. We're almost there. Then I have my lipstick. This is my L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in 630. This is what I'm wearing on my lips today. It's also the lipstick that I wear basically like every day. This is my regular work lipstick. I'm making pretty good progress. I've pretty much only made the same amount of progress that I've been making every month since the start of the year. But progress is progress. I think we're like almost halfway through the bullet now, which is exciting news. I, over the last month, used 0.41 of a gram. So almost half a gram, which I think is a really decent amount of progress to make in a month on a bullet lipstick. This bullet lipstick is actually quite firm. So in terms of like other bullet lipsticks that I have panned in the past, this one is probably one of the firmest and one of the ones that's taking the longest for me. So maybe by the end of June, this one might be very close. It's going to be like a little nubbin, but I reckon there's a chance that by the end of the June, we might have it finished or be very close to having it finished. Moving on is my Fenty lip gloss. Now, I thought that I was doing really well on this one and it was looking like it was getting extremely close to being finished. I've been using this one very regularly, been reaching for it a lot, and it looked like I was almost to the point where I could take the stopper out. And then today I decided to like sit it in a little bit of hot water to make it all level out, and turns out there's still a bucket load of product in here. So this mark at the bottom here, I finally got to make another mark. I've used 0.89 of a gram of this one over the last month. I'm like 2/3 of the way through it, so I'm definitely still making really good progress. I'm disappointed I'm not as far through as I thought I was, but I'm going to continue on and hopefully in a month or two it will be completely finished. So I mean, I must admit this is the most amount of progress I've made probably since the start of the year on this one. Hopefully by the next update it will be at the point where I can take the stopper out. Once I take the stopper out of these ones, normally it's not long after that they're completely finished. The next one is my Lanolips Tinted Lip Balm in Rhubarb. Again, this one seems to be very slow and steady but consistent progress. I used 2.04 grams of this one over the last month. This is where we're sitting on this one. So I reckon maybe another 3 months and this one will be completely finished. It's actually taking me longer to get through this one than I thought it would, but I'm still making consistent progress. I'm using this every day on my lips as a moisturizer before I go in and apply my lip color, which has been the Color Riche. And last but not least It's a very exciting product. It's a very exciting empty. You guys saw a little sneak peek of this one in my quarterly update on my plan to pan for 2024. But I finally actually used up my Burmese Dream lip oil. This was the pink one. It actually didn't take me long to get through once I included it in the project. I was like halfway through when I rotated it in at the start of the year. This was how I was tracking. So last month I actually only had a really small amount left, but I managed to get that completely finished up this past month. I actually really like these Burmese Dream lip oils. I have, I think, 3 more in my collection, so I definitely want to try and get some more of these used up because they're incredibly satisfying to pan and track. But I want to try and get some other products that I had on my plan to pan list for this year. I want to focus on them first, and then maybe next year, or if I have time at the end of this year, I can bring 1 or 2 more of these back in to focus on. Lip oils have been like an obsession of mine lately, so my lip oil collection is starting to get a little bit out of hand, so I need to, you know, use some up or include some in a project to just try and get the reins back on it. Next up we have my Franken blush. I'm actually very happy to report I'm very happy with my progress on this one. I actually repressed this one since the last update, so it's actually sitting all back in the middle there. I used 0.99 of a gram of this one. I think some of that might have been lost during like the repressing because I had to like put a tissue on it while it was wet. So some of that was probably lost during the repressing, but there's only quite a small amount left. I reckon maybe I don't use this as like my main blush, but it's definitely one that I focus on. So I think maybe like 2 months and this one will be finished, just because it's not my everyday focus blush, but it might get to that point soon. If I see that I'm like very close to having it finished, it might be one that I just like hone in on for a week just to get it finished. The next product is one that's been giving me a little bit of trouble this year. That's my Hi Smile Color Corrective Serum for your teeth. You guys have probably seen this advertised on like Instagram, sponsored posts, TikTok, YouTube. Sometimes they feature ads. But this is supposed to be like a color corrector for your teeth. It's not the greatest product, but it's a product that I paid for, and I paid like, I think it's like 35 or 40 bucks. So I don't want to waste it. So I've included it in this project to just really try and focus on getting it used up. I used 8.76 grams of this one over the last month, so I'm really making sure I am using this regularly. I don't know how much is left in here, so I still think that it probably will take me most of the rest of the year to have it finished. I can't see through the packaging, so I have no idea like where we're up to. It's just going to be one of those ones that it's going to just stop pumping one day and I'll be like, oh, I'm finally finished. Alrighty, nail polishes. We had an absolutely incredible month when it comes to nail polishes. So last month I was working on 3 nail polishes and a cuticle oil. So we'll start off with the nail polishes. First up was my Kester Black Miracle Base Coat, and I've actually finished this one. I don't know whether you'll be able to see, but there is like absolutely nothing left in there. This one, as it got to the end, was actually really hard to get the last little bit out, but I'm happy to report that this one is finally finished. So that's the first like nail polish empty for the year. And the second one comes from this one. So this is my Bodyography nail polish in Morocco. Again, I finally have this one finished. Last month I thought it was a possibility to have both of these finished up, but it didn't make it any less shocking when I did actually have them finished up, because it's very hard to use up a nail polish. So I'm happy to report that I have this one finished. Again, this one, the formula, just not great on these ones. I remember them being great, but I don't know whether that was just me trying to convince myself that they were great. So I don't know. I really liked the color of this one though. And I have, I think, another Bodyography nail polish. So that might be, actually maybe I have like another 1 or 2. I can't remember. That might be one that I might try and rotate in at some point, just given that this one only took me like a couple of months to get through. Yeah, so it only took me 4 months to get through, which isn't too bad. The other Bodyography might be in my sights now. And my top coat, I'm also working my way through. This is the Holo Taco Glossy Top Coat. I used 1.08 grams of this one this past month, and it is now way down below the logo. It's getting hard to get out. It's like at the point now where I have to hold it on the side to get it out, and it's actually quite like almost gloopy, so I might have to put some of my like thinner in there just to get it moving again. But this one, probably a couple of months and I'll have this one finished, just because it's a top coat, so I don't need to do like 2 coats of it, maybe like 2 or 3 months, and I think it will be finished. So I'm very happy that I might have my 3 nail polishes done by like August or July this year, which is very exciting. Last but not least is my cuticle oil. I have been using this one a little bit, and I actually forgot to mark it. I've been using this one a little bit. I've used 0.56 of a gram, and it has dropped a little bit below the line. Like, it's kind of dropped enough that I can put another line there. So I'm happy to report that. I'm still not using this one enough for my liking, but I think if I continue with that kind of progress, there's a potential I could have it finished by the end of the year. If I continue to use like 0.5 of a gram every month, I might have it done in the next like 4 to 6 months. So I would like to up my usage a little bit on this one, just to have it finished before like November. But we'll see. Now, to replace my Bodyography nail polish, I am going to rotate in my Holo Taco One Coat Black. I was thinking about grabbing out another nail polish, like an older one that I have in my collection, but at the moment I'm really feeling the vibes of like playing with my eyeshadow collection and nail polish. So I thought I would rotate in a black, because I feel like black is the best way to make like a shimmer eyeshadow pop on your nails. So I thought I'll rotate the black in, and it just gives me the best chance to, you know, play with those eyeshadows. I am not going to rotate this one in for a use up. Like, it's just going to be plodding along, and I'm going to track it for a couple of months. I think I'm just going to keep this one in until that urge to play with my shimmer shadows on my nails wears off. So I might only have this one until like June or July. I'm just going to play around with it, and I will let you know. We'll keep track, and I'll see how much progress I can make on it. So that's my nail polishes. Moving on next to the fragrance category. Now, from the fragrance category, I was working on my Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Pistachio and Salted Caramel Body Mist. My goal was to have this one completely finished. This is where I was up to last month, and I managed to get that all finished. This is just like a body mist, so you can kind of go like a little bit heavy-handed with it and it not be overpowering, just because it's more like that toilette body spray type fragrance, as opposed to an eau de parfum that can be overpowering if you spray too much. So I'm happy to report that I have this one finished. This was actually on my list of products that I wanted to use up in 2024. So I'm happy to report that I got that one finished. Now, to replace that one, I'm actually doing something a little bit different, and I'm actually rotating 5 perfumes in. So I've decided that I just want to kind of like cull my like deluxe sample sizes or like travel perfumes down a little bit. I've managed to get like a few samples and stuff through Mecca lately, so I just want to work my way through them. So the first one is another one of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Body Mist. I've got another full size in my collection, and I also had a mini. I got the mini from one of my Beauty Loop boxes, so I just want to get it down to having only one in my collection. So I'm going to work on this one. I don't think this one will take me very long to get through. The big size is 90 ml and this one is only 30 ml, so I probably could get this one rolled over in like a month and a half if I was only using this one. So there's that one. The next one is from DS and Durga. This is the Plumes. I think this is a fragrance. Yeah, it's a perfume oil. So this one is actually a rollerball, and I don't love rollerballs for perfumes, but I just want to work on it, and I think it's one that will take me a lot longer to get through given it is a rollerball. So I just want to track it and see how much progress I can make, and see if I can, even if I just made like a quarter dint or half a dint on it, I'd be happy with that. I'm then rolling in my Maison Francis Kirk de Jan. I'm just going to say Maison Paris because the full name is just too much for me. I am going to butcher it if I try. So Maison Paris, this is the Aqua Celestia. This is the Aqua Celestia perfume. I actually got this in my most recent Beauty Loop box as like a level 3 bonus. This smells so good. It smells, oh, I really like it. I don't know what it is about it. It just smells like almost a little bit sea salty. It's got like a lightness to it. It smells really clean. I really like this one. This perfume full size is so expensive. The Maison Paris perfumes are so expensive. I don't know if you guys have heard the perfume Baccarat Rouge. That's from this brand as well. And Baccarat Rouge for like a small bottle is like $400 or something. It's crazy money. So I probably will never buy the full size. I might maybe put it on my wish list and maybe someone might buy one for me. But this is a beautiful perfume. It's actually really unique, and I really like that about it. So I will definitely enjoy this one a lot. And then I have the Ellis Brooklyn Florist perfume. This one is not one that I probably would normally reach for, especially with the name Florist. But again, I find it's like a really nice mix of floral but not too heavy, and like not headache inducing. I often find floral perfumes just far too much and really headache inducing, but I don't get that from this one. So I am happy to grab this one out. Again, this was from a Mecca Beauty Loop box as well, so I want to get some use out of that one. And last but not least is a Byredo travel perfume. This is Byredo Blanche. I have a trio, or I purchased a trio of the Byredo travel perfumes last year. It came with Blanche, Gypsy Water, and Bal d'Afrique. Bal d'Afrique is like next level. It is like life-changing for me. I love and adore that perfume. So I actually still have the travel size up on my shelf here, hiding away. I'm like squirreling it away because it's just so good. But in terms of Blanche, I don't love it. I find it is almost like a bathroom smell. I don't know whether you guys, you know, that like clean but soap smell from public bathrooms. This reminds me a little bit of that scent. So I don't love this perfume, but because it's a Byredo perfume, I'm not going to waste it. So I'm rotating it into this little mix as something different. I've got 5 very different scents here. So I feel like that they will cover me for whatever mood I'm in during the week. And I'm going to track how much progress I can make on these. I don't really necessarily have a goal of having these used up, but I definitely want to get usage on them. If I could use up another one of the Sol de Janeiros, that would be great. But the other ones, I don't really have any specific goals about them. I think I'm just going to track these until I feel like I want to move on to one of my full-size perfumes. I'm being very ambitious, but there are only like small-size perfumes. Probably between them, there's probably less than 100 mils of perfume between those 5 perfume. So I think it'll be pretty easy to use some of them up. Last but not least is my hair care category. Now in the hair care category, I actually did manage to use one product up this month. The rest, I'm disappointed I haven't used up more, but I'm still making really good progress, which is what I want to continue to do. Just every month, I want to make good progress. So we'll start off with my KMS Flat Out Straightening Cream. This is one that I'm like, come on, you're so close. Let's just be finished already. I used 9.87 grams of this one over the last month. I'm getting there. Overall, the weight on this one now is 61.63 grams. I think when I shine it up to the light, it's sitting like around about here. I think if I could continue to do almost like 10 grams for the next couple of months, it will definitely be finished. Finished not soon enough, but I will get there eventually. My second empty hair care product for the year, that's my It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. Managed to get that one finished. The next one is another one that I still haven't finished, but again, we're continuing to make progress. So this is the Davines Invisible Serum. I only used 1.72 grams of this one, which is disappointing, but I know that this one is getting very close to being finished. So I think as long as I'm using it 1 to 2 times a month, I'm happy, because I will continue to be making progress and using product up. So as long as I'm using it 1 to 2 times, it will only be a handful of months now and it will be completely finished. Even now, when I try and put some of this in my hand, I have to like give it a really good shake. It does a little bit of like a camel spit, so I know it's getting very close, just not quite there yet. The next one is the hair care product that I've made the most amount of usage on this past month. This is my Living Proof Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. I used 43.11 grams of this one. I have gone back to like gymming in the morning, so I am relying heavily upon this at the moment for just keeping my hair fresh and somewhat clean looking for work when I couldn't be bothered washing it in the morning. So this one I think will be very close to being finished, if not finished, next update. And last but not least is my Juice Stuck Up hairspray. I only use 0.05 of a gram, so I don't think I used this. I think it might be a scale malfunction. I'm gonna take it as a win and say that I have used this one at least once, but I think that might be a lie. So moving on. And last category is my little samples that I've used up. I managed to use up 8 samples this month. So 3 of them actually come from Sol de Janeiro. So they're Sol de Janeiro samples. The first one, let's do them in like stages. The first one is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Foreplay Moisturizing Shower Cream Gel. I really like this product. I've actually purchased this previously in the big like 1 litre bottle, and I really enjoy the product. I really enjoy the scent of the Bum Bum cream. I also used up the Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Body Scrub. I would not purchase this at all. The only time I ever get these is when I get them in samples, or I get them in like the sampler pack that come out at Christmas time. I think it's an absolute rip-off. The Bum Bum Body Femiza oil. I was hopeful that I would really like this. I thought that it would be like a better option over the body cream, but I just didn't really get on all that well with this. It just felt, I don't know, it just didn't really feel as nourishing as I thought it would. Now we have some more samples. I've got a little sample here from Ellis Brooklyn. It's the Sunfruit perfume. It was different and unique, and it was better than the Après one, but not for me. Too like intense for my liking. I managed to use up another sample of the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This is in light tan. These little samples actually take a very long time to get through, and you actually get a really good understanding of if you like the product with these samples. I like it, but I don't think I would purchase it. I think it's too heavy for my liking, but it also looks quite good under the eyes. Lancome Genifique Youth Activating Concentrate. Everyone raves about this, and I don't know whether it's just the fact that I've only ever gotten foil sachets, so really only get like 2 or 3 uses out of them, but I don't really understand the hype. Everyone really seems to, you know, get miracles from this product, but I never really see it, which is disappointing because I would like a miracle to happen on my skin. The Smashbox Insta Matte Lipstick Transformer. This was an interesting product. It's very like silicone-y. It's almost like silicone primer, and then you put it on your lips and it mattifies the lipstick. It's not a product that I would really go out of my way to purchase. Last but not least is the Kiehl's Powerful Strength line reducing and dark circle diminishing vitamin C eye cream. That's a long name. I don't know why brands insist on making really long names for their products. Why can't they just call it the vitamin C eye serum? This one, I like a lot of Kiehl's products, but some of them I find I just wouldn't, like, they're just okay. So this one is one of those products, like, I like it. If I had another sample, I would use it, but I don't think I would invest in buying this product like I do with some of the other Kiehl's products. That makes 8 samples that I've used up this last month, taking me to a total of 27 samples since the start of the year. I'm very behind when it comes to my 100 sample goal for this year, but I'm happy that I'm just continuing to use samples and continue to use samples every month. I know I have a lot of samples in my skincare box that I'm currently working on that might be finished up sometime soon. So I think it will get to the point in maybe a month or two's time where I will have a few samples that I've been using or working on for a while. They might finally be finished up, but I'm just happy with the fact that I'm continuing to use them up, and I'm like always using up more in a month than I'm getting in. So that will always help me stay on top of managing the sample collection that can very much get out of hand if you are not conscious about using them up. So that is my update on my Team Project Pan, my full face rolling project pan for 2024. Let me know down in the comments box how you are going on panning any products that you're currently focusing on. Let me know if you have any thoughts on any of these products or any of the products that I've rolled in this month. If you enjoyed this update, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you want to keep up to date on this project or any of my other project pans that I'm doing this year. That's it for this video, beautiful. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.